Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup. It's time now for the morning show right here on WIFO with the Butch and Bob Show here on Big Dog Country Radio. And it's brought to you by Connection Coffee and Creamery, Murphy Builder Supply, O'Quinn & Associates, First Southern Bank, and Van's Barbecue.
Nothing brings people together quite like a great cup of coffee. At the Connection Coffee and Creamery, you will find a place where conversations begin and friendship never ends. Whether you're looking for a space to connect or a caffeine pick-me-up on your way to work, we've got just what you're looking for. From delicious handcrafted beverages to rich creamy ice cream or a filling breakfast and lunch items, we've got you covered. Short on time? Order through our Joe app or give us a call and we will have your items ready for pickup in our drive-thru. We are open Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 to 2. We are located at 254 West Cherry Street. We look forward to connecting with you.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
Are you looking for an insurance company that you can call and talk to a live person? Are you looking for an insurance company where you can walk in and talk to an agent? Are you looking for an insurance company that offers multiple companies so they can try and get you the best rate? If you said yes to any of these, then you need to call or come by O'Quinn & Associates Insurance Financial Services. We offer multiple companies so we can find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 385-1000 or stop by our office at 212 South First Street right here in Jesup.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jesup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner specials. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. And Bob, we're going to talk football right now. But first of all, what a performance by the Wayne County varsity softball team yesterday. The pitchers were hot, the bats were hot, and we won 2 games.
2 games, gave up just 1 run. That solo home run in the 7th. But Addie Tyre and Dakota Crow did their thing, and the girls played well. I tell you, the freshman shortstop, Ellie Harrison, had a phenomenal defensive game yesterday.
Would you call her human?
She's a human vacuum cleaner. I'm telling you, she's unreal.
She's a freshman.
She's tough.
Scooping those softballs up and throwing them to first.
Fun to watch, I tell you. They got they got everything to win it. The question is, can they do it? They said they got to accomplish goal 2 today and get to Columbus. So, wishing the best of luck today. It was a great crowd yesterday at the second ball game. Should be a great crowd again today at 4 o'clock.
Right, right. Barbara Struckoff Field, 4 o'clock. Jackets win. They're on the state for next week.
Yeah.
But we're still going to talk Wayne County High School football right now. What are we talking about this morning?
We got a major game tomorrow at JC Stadium. The BC Cadets rolling in town. We got head football coach J. Bo Shaw and Touchdown Club President John McElwain here to talk more about the game. And the good news for Wayne County fans, Coach, tickets are available at Sheffield. Tickets are also available at the school. That I got to ask you, that we talk about that as GoFan. you get a lot of complaints about the GoFan.com thing from people, and how did that come about? That's something GHSA started, or where'd that come from?
Yeah, when it first went into, I don't know, when it probably, I guess COVID year, when it really took off. I remember it when I was the athletic director up there at Rabun, and it was a big deal up there. I wasn't a fan of it as an athletic director because we did the same thing. We had local sports shops selling tickets and all that stuff. It is what it is, but it definitely they're going to get their cut some way, somehow, some way up there
they get their cut
in Atlanta.
Do they frown on the local ticket sales? Because I know the softball, they're only letting people buy tickets on GoFan. There's no local, but fortunately, our football games, and the home games at least, we've been able to have ticket sales at Sheffield's, and also the school sales tickets, so that kind of helps out. But do they frown on you doing that?
I don't really know for sure. I'm sure that they would love for it to be all GoFan. But shoot, I think the main thing for us as a community is we're going to take care of our people. We're going to keep doing it our way until they tell us not to.
The main reason you're here is to encourage everybody to come out tomorrow night. We just played your clip from the coaches show talking about how important home field advantage is, and Wayne County's got a nice little home record since you've arrived 2 years ago. Haven't lost yet at JC Stadium. It's been an electric atmosphere at the stadium. It's on Friday nights, big crowd, and you're just trying to encourage everybody out there listening. If you get a chance, come support the Wayne County Yellow Jackets and pack that stadium and be as loud as they possibly can.
Absolutely. That's just something we've since we've got here. It's always been high on the priority list for us. Whether when I was a player or throughout my entire coaching career, to me, it's just always been really important to create a home field advantage, to create that and create a lot of pride in where you play, especially in your place. And I think that your community loves that, and it just goes a long way. And it's something that, like I said, 2 years ago when we first got here, that was very high on the priority list. And we've done a great job. I think we play with great emotion at home, and that's partly due to the energy that we get from our crowd, our fans, our band, cheerleaders. That everybody plays a huge role in us at home on a Friday night. You think back to last year's game, the 2 overtime games with New Hampstead and Burke, the Trinity Christian playoff game. I mean, every time, and I see these coaches in the off season, and it's like, we hope we never have to come to JC again.
I remember the one from Appleton County last year.
Yeah,
that goal line stand.
Absolutely. It just, one just from, and I probably put an importance on it just because I was fortunate enough to play the quarterback position. So I know firsthand what it does to an opposing quarterback, opposing offense. When you're walking into a very hostile environment and it gets extremely loud on third down, and it's just relentless. It plays a huge part in the ball game. And I promise you, I think I said it on the coaches show, it's not just coach speak when I tell you that, as coaches and players, we feed off of that energy from our crowd, from everybody, and especially late in the ball game when guys are getting gassed and it's late in the game. All those things play a huge part for us. So we're asking you. I've asked our team. The number one goal this week. There's 3 points that we've been hitting on. The first one is just relentless effort, and so I'm asking our community to step up once again, like you always have done since I've been here. Is just be relentless. Be relentless in those stands and on the side, wherever you're at. Be relentless, and let's go have a great night in JC Stadium. So I just please, these guys have put themselves in a position to have an opportunity for a big time game like this, and we need just to create that extremely uncomfortable environment for those guys when they get off the bus.
And this is the 9th game of the season. A lot of bumps and bruises along the way. Several kids have been banged up. So I guess the big question is, how are we health-wise? I know during the course of the year, a couple weeks ago, Quez Shaw went out with an ankle. Last week, we lost an offensive lineman, West. How are you health-wise?
It's been one of those years like where usually the injury bug kind of hits you late in the year, right, where that injury report is growing. But it was kind of opposite this year. We got hit by a bunch of injuries at once early in the year and about midway through the year, and now we're starting to get back. I think really the past probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we've gotten back more whole, so to speak. We did. Kyle West, he'll be out on tomorrow night. Colin Ward will step up in his place, which he pretty much played the entire game last week. And then Quez is kind of a game time decision, see how he does and how he's feeling. We've rotated some guys that have mostly been defensive only guys. We'll have probably 2 or 3 guys carry the football that necessarily haven't done it a ton early in the year just because we didn't have to. But as a whole, we're getting closer and closer to being fully back healthy. And I'll tell you this, we're better than we have been. We're better right now than we were 3 weeks ago. So that's obviously a positive going into a game like this.
Yeah, in the coach show, you said you hang your hat on your defense and your running game. GHSA just put out the stats as today. Our senior running back, Matthew Fuller, leads the entire state of Georgia in rushing, over 1,600 yards, 18 touchdowns. Again, he's been a big factor. Last week he ran for 272 on 26 carries and 3 touchdowns against New Hampstead. So, you pretty much rely on it, as you said, that running game and defense. And can't say enough. And then we talked in the coach's show about how well the defense stood up against that talented quarterback, especially there late in the game. Guys throwing darts to the end zone, or defensive guys are just swatting it away or knocking it down. And Tavion Wallace was in his face. So talk about how you just, like I said, that's your philosophy, relying on that defense and running game.
Yeah, I think that's our strength right now, where we're at in our development within our program. And that changes year to year. You look back through the years of just where this offensive staff been together. We've thrown for 5,000 yards some years, and we've ran for more. I think it just it depends on your personnel and where you're at development wise with your players. And I certainly think when you have a guy like Matthew, and really Ja and Quez and Tavion's going to carry it some. All these guys that can carry the football and with a deep offensive line and a tight end like Coleman Palmer. That's something that you lean on, especially late in the year. And I've always said the 2 things that always travel and that always are with you at the end part of the season, no matter whether, whatever it may be, is a strong run game and a good defense. Those 2 things late in the year play dividends. And, I just think our run game has continued to get better and better and better and better. And it's more complex than just calling a run play and let's see what Matt does. Jeb has multiple runs that we carry into a look, and then he has to decide from a defensive look which run is the best. And our receivers have done a great job on the perimeter, and we have a saying on offense. Long explosive runs are created by great perimeter blocking from our receivers, and they've done a really nice job of that. And then Matthew's just a special player. When he gets out in open space, he's hard to catch and he's hard to bring down at 210 pounds. But offensively, just really proud of our offensive line, our tight ends, of just owning the line of scrimmage. We rushed for almost 350 yards the other night. So anytime you can do that, you're going to give give yourself a shot to win a ball game. And then defensively, we get after people. I thought we were extremely physical the other night, and brought that aspect to the game, which that was the number 1 goal, is create a fist fight in a phone booth, and that's what we talked about. And I thought we did that for the most part, and gave him a bunch of different looks. And that quarterback had Matthew and Ja bearing down him pretty much the entire night, and then we switched it up in the second half with Tavion.
There's young folks out there saying, what's a phone booth?
Very good point.
I was playing a song this morning by Reba, and she said something about, you can call me collect. And I'm saying, afterwards I said, there's young folks out there who have no idea what call and collect is.
You just joined us. We got head football coach J. Bo Shaw in studio and touchdown club president John McElwain. McElwain Touchdown Club's still raising money, still in that golf cart. So tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, we've teamed up Friday night with Interstate Credit Union, and we're going to give the first 100 students some, I guess it's called fan swag, and then also give them pizza when they come into the thing. So the first 100 students will get that, encouraging them to get out.
What is fan swag?
It's a term Holly Lane used. I'm not exactly sure.
Sorry to put you on.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, we're going to be giving away fan swag. I have no idea what it is.
I think it's a pink out, and it'll be more pink stuff to go with for the breast cancer awareness. So that'll be it. And then
so the first 100 students gets fan swag, whatever it may be, and pizza. We know what that is.
And if anybody'd like to donate water to that, we'd love to have that.
Oh, donate water if you want to give it.
If you want to get in touch with Holly. And as Bob said, we've spent about...
And that's Holly where now?
Holly Lane at OCTS. Most people got her number.
Okay.
Yeah, if they need to get to her. And as Bob said, we've been on the road a lot this year, and I think we're upwards of about $15,000 feeding the kids this year on the road, pregame, postgame, as that goes. And we are auctioning off a golf cart. So if you haven't got a ticket, we're getting low on them. You can contact Holly at OCTS, Michael Lewis at Lewis Hunt and Supply. I know they've got some left. So anybody would like to buy one, we encourage you to.
Teenage boys eat a lot.
Yes, they do, and food's gone
especially
through the
as
roof.
athletes.
Yeah, and food's gone
up.
Yes, absolutely.
Coach, you talked on the Coach Show about your quarterback development. Again, as we mentioned, he's a young kid, 15 years old. Had the torn ACL last year, but has come back. You talked about his progression. Like I said, last Friday night he had that nice pass to Will Green on the fly pattern. Did some good things. He's running your offense efficiently. But talk about his development and where you see him after 8 games into the season.
Yeah, I think ever since the second half, and I'm not saying he played bad in the first half of the year. I think it's just a progression of a young quarterback not getting a ton of games his freshman year and only getting 4, and then we lose those games after he got hurt, and then it's just going through the process of some bad things having to happen to learn, and don't waste a failure. Of not learning, and I think he's done a great job of learning through some situations. And then really since I thought the second half of the Burt game, you almost saw him just relax and cut loose and playing not to mess up. Once you start playing to not to mess up, it just seems to snowball on you a little bit. And I thought he just was extremely loose in the second half of the Burt game and just went out and played. And I think he's done that since that game. That was a huge 3rd and 12 slot fade that we had to hit against man coverage the other night against New Hampstead, and he fitted in right before the safety could get over the top. So I'm really proud of Jeb and his progression, and he's right on pace of where I thought he would be at this point in the year, maybe even a step above. He's really young, and he's still learning, and he's still going through situations. But like one of the things I'm extremely proud of, if we hadn't got one delay of game penalty all year, that's part of managing the football game. It's part of managing the offense, and we're still learning those situations, when to not take a sack, throw the ball away, when to. There's more situations for a quarterback to learn than anybody on that field, and he's continuing to learn, and he's continuing to do a nice job, and being really efficient. I think that really the past 2 weeks, he has been really, really efficient within the offense and getting us in and out of the huddle, getting us in the right play, and just really proud of him. And I think he's going to have a great night tomorrow night, and I'm excited to watch him play.
Someone just texted in, excuse me, Bob, says, "Thank you, Coach Shaw, for everything you've done for Wayne County. We appreciate you."
Oh, man, I appreciate the support. It's not about me at all. It's about our staff. It's about our kids. I'm blessed to be a part of it, but I hope everyone knows that it don't go unnoticed, and my wife and my family sure love being a part of Wayne County and representing it and being part of this deal.
Just going back to quarterback, like I said, he's a young quarterback, and he's just getting better and better. Joe and I talk about, we had Malik Jackson years ago, same thing. Went through as you know better than anybody. You played the position. Like I said, you got to go through those growing pains. You got to have some setbacks to learn from. But he just seems to be getting better and better each and every game.
Absolutely. I've had I think Jeb's the 4th quarterback that would be 4-year starters for me, and we went through the same growing pains with Gunnar Stockton, and he's on Georgia's roster right now. He played as a freshman, and we went through those same things, with young quarterbacks. And this whole entire community and everybody that is a football fan, 2 years from now when he's a senior, we all gonna be glad that he's a 4-year starter and he's running the deal. So, and he's got great guys around him. I think that's he's got great teammates around him. He's got a great offensive line as far as being able to run the football and lean on those guys and lean on Matthew and lean on the backs. I'm excited about the future of our program, where we're headed, and our connection within our football team is really strong, and I like where we're headed.
No one knows the facility situation better than you. There's been a lot of talk lately about facilities, weight room, possibility of a new stadium, renovating a stadium. So just want to get your thoughts. Explain the need for a weight room for Wayne County.
Yeah, it's just I know there's been a lot of talk and a lot of stuff going on. The biggest thing for us, we've got 112 on our roster, and the need of being able to fit everybody in one weight room and being able to, not shortchange the young guys or whatever it may be, the situation, just the camaraderie that it can bring as a team, the resources that we can have as a team, and developing everybody on that roster, whether it's the starter or the young kid who hadn't played the game of football that needs to get stronger. That's the need. That's how you sustain success. That's how we build this thing that's sustainable for the next 5 years, the next 6 to 7. And that's my plan. I don't want to be, a one-hit wonder or have a really good 2-year run and then it's no, it's just, there's no rebuild in my mind. It's a reload, and it's about development. It's about getting guys ready to play, and certainly being able to lift, which if anybody knows me, I'm a huge belief system in the weight room. I think that's where games are won. That's where deep playoff runs are made, of getting stronger and getting guys developed. And we desperately need to be able to develop, everybody within our roster.
Yeah, we're going to do everything we can to help get that weight room, because, athletics, I was involved with it. Bob was involved with it. Athletics to me is education.
Yeah.
It brings up the self-image of the kids, which means better grades. They have to make good grades to be able to be on the athletic teams. Teamwork, all that goes together. And so it makes a better student.
Yeah.
Just like if they're in band or if they're ROTC or whatever the case may be. Whether it's ROTC, whether it's the band, whether it's that is education.
Yeah.
And we need to, if we want to still compete in our football, and football is what drives the sports programs at any high school in terms of the money revenue. We need to keep up with the teams, the schools around us, and if you go into their new weight rooms, they're amazing.
Yeah, I just think it's one of those. And listen, I'll be the first one to tell you, I know things don't happen overnight. Like I totally get that, and I totally understand that, and I totally respect that. I just selfishly, I want Wayne County to be the best in this. I want Wayne County to be like, hey, go look at Wayne County, go look at Wayne County, look what they got, look what they're doing for their athletes, their students, That's just, and I know that's a goal of Coach McDonald, and that's me having his back, and that's where we see this place, and we want to be the standard, and we're chasing greatness, and that's we're going to stand on the table for it, and
the weight room supports all the programs.
That's right.
You've got every athlete from just about every sport in that weight room.
That's right.
It's just not football. I remember when Wayne County High School was first built, a little over 20 years ago, and students would walk up there from other high schools and just be amazed at what it looked like. They were just in awe.
Yeah.
And now most of those schools have built new high schools or added on, or whatever the case may be. So we need a weight room, and we're going to do our best here in Wayne County to get a new weight room for all the athletes at Wayne County High School.
That's right. And I think and I don't want to speak for Coach Brogington at all, which I can't wait to go support them this evening and cheer them on, and what a great year they've had. But I think if you were to ask him, and again, not speaking for him, but those softball girls have bought into that weight room, and Coach White, our football strength and conditioning coordinator, is also running that for them in the weight room. and I think they've bought into it, and you just see other sports buying into that place. And we have a saying within the football, man. You get in there with Coach White in that laboratory, he'll create a monster, and that's everybody. That I think that's just the longevity of our athletic department. And again, I know I'm not speaking for Coach McDonald, but I know he feels the same way. And we want to be the standard, and we want to go chase greatness.
Before we get back to the BC game, one other topic coming up. This is the second year in this region. Reclassification's coming up. I see a lot of talk about reclassification. Where do you see Wayne County? Are we going to stay in 4A? Are we going down to 3A? What's the word that you're hearing across the state?
It'll be really interesting. And, I personally think, I know Georgia High School, that daily that sends out I'm assuming most people probably subscribe to it and see it. And I think yesterday they put out if it would have happened in 2021 or something like that, that we would be 3A. Now, obviously, those were off 2021 numbers and cut lines and all that stuff. But I do think, from what I've just heard, we will be flirting around with 4 or 3. It'll be really interesting because there's so many appeal process, and then there's a 2-time appeal process, and maybe even 3, because you can appeal numbers, and then you can appeal regions and appeal classifications.
Just remember, the only appeal they listen to is BC. So
home field advantage every year.
So it'll definitely be interesting, and see where we fall, and hopefully, I just hope. Here's my hope. We're gonna fall where we fall as far as classifications. I just hope it gets done in a timely manner. So that you can go schedule games that you need to, because I think there's one point, they approved single A through 3A. The privates are out once you hit the playoffs, and they go off a power ranking where you still may be in the region with them, but then when the playoffs come, they're split. Well, then off the power rankings, it's off your strength of schedule. So for us, say we're 3A, I need to go get really, really good competitive games so that our power ranking and our, schedule is a tough schedule to set us up well, hopefully in a power ranking. So that's the big thing for us, is just hopefully we find it out in a timely manner, and hopefully Georgia High School, I know they got a job to do, but hopefully it gets done pretty quick.
Again, we appreciate y'all coming in. Looking forward to this big game tomorrow night. Again, everything's on the line tomorrow night. Number 1 seed in the playoffs, region championship, all set for tomorrow night, so we encourage everybody to come out. Coach, always great to have you here on the show. Again, I mentioned the coach's show tomorrow night, 6:30. Hopefully everybody tune in. Again, I appreciate everything you do for us. And, John, good to see you, and good luck with the raffle on the golf cart. But, again, Wayne County, BC tomorrow night, 7:30. Everybody be there.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for what you do.
Care. All right. WIFO FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM, and the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO has been brought to you by Connection Coffee and Creamery, Murphy Builder Supply, O'Quinn & Associates, First Southern Bank, and Van's Barbecue.